Hello, blockchain enthusiasts. Today I would like to show you how to mine a new cryptocurrency just using a regular computer and a Twitter account. As you know, to mine current most popular cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, it requires a huge investment. You need a lot of computing power, and that's why most of the miners are huge mining farms somewhere in China where the electricity is cheap and so on. But I have developed a new algorithm and a proof of concept just to try to achieve the goal of making mining affordable and possible for regular people. And I would like to show you how to do it. Everything is explained in this blog post, but I thought it's a good idea to see it in action in this video. So the first thing, because I'm just gonna follow this post, it's to download the zip file from Dropbox. So I clicked on the link, download. I'm just downloading here on my home directory, and then I'm gonna use a shell and just unzip it. Okay, now we can see that the next step is to modify the social layer properties file. And there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 properties which don't have any value assigned, and I need to assign values for those properties. The first property, it's mine Coinbase, and it's an address similar to an Ethereum address, but you know, this is not Ethereum, this is a clone of Ethereum, but the syntax of the addresses is the same. And to this address, the rewards from mining, from validating blocks of transactions, will be sent to. So if you don't have any address yet, we can create it later. So temporarily, we will do what it's suggested on the blog post. So we can just use, 40 zeros. I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna add it, paste it. Okay, so we will change it later once we created our own address, but so far this will do. The rest of the properties, we need to get them from Twitter. So the first one, it's the mine extra data. So I go to my Twitter account. This is the Twitter account that I'm gonna use for mining, and you can see that the username is TWTXTN. So I'm gonna copy that, and the extra data is gonna be Twitter, and then the username TWTXTN in this case. Okay, then I need the consumer API key and consumer API secret values together with the access token and access token secret from a Twitter application. Well, Twitter call it an application, but it's not really an application. It's not a software application. It's you don't need to do any coding. What Twitter calls an app is just a collection of properties which can authorize a program or a software to access the Twitter web API. So here I have my application, and if you don't know how to create an application, it's quite simple. There is already a link to a YouTube video in the same blog post where it shows you how to create your first Twitter app. So here we have consumer key. I'm gonna copy this value, and again I'm gonna paste it as the Twitter consumer API key. Then the API secret, it's here. Copy, paste. Then the access token, here it is. Copy, paste. And then the last one, access token secret, copy and paste. And then we save the file. Okay, so now we go back to the blog post and we see that the next step is to start the application. So let's do that. We go back to the command line interface and just start.sh. So the application is coming up, and in few seconds we have this URL, okay, that I'm gonna open on a new tab. And this is the Ethereum Harmony web UI, which is running on our local host. We can see our peers. So we already have one peer, which is a virtual machine which is running on the Amazon Web Service infrastructure. And yeah, we also can see the terminal. Let's see some info about this node. So this is our node ID. And this is the port where we are listening to find new nodes. So currently, as I said, there is just one peer, but hopefully more people will join the network and we will see more peers here. Now remember how in a previous step we use a dummy value, all zeros, as the address where the rewards from mining will be sent to. So it's time for us to create a new address, a real address, an address that we can use. So we can do it using this web UI. We click on wallet and we click on new mnemonic address, and it creates a phrase and a name. A phrase and the address, and I just need to enter the name of this address. I'm gonna name it miner01, and I'm gonna copy this phrase. And actually, if this was a real thing and not just a demonstration, you will keep this secret, right? I mean, this is just an example. So I also save the address. I copy it to my text file. Import. Okay, so the balance of this address is 0 units. It says Ether, but this is not Ether. Once again, I have to remind you that this is a clone of Ether. So now we should update. I'm gonna create a new tab, We should update the configuration by changing this social ledger.properties. So this is what I was talking about, right? The Minecon base, it should be our new address. I remove these two chars at the beginning. Okay, that's safe. And I need to restart the application. So I don't have a stop script yet, but just Control-C will do. And now start again. Okay, we lost the connection, but now it's established again. And finally, if we go to terminal, we can start mining. Okay, so after having submitted this miner_start command, we had to wait around 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, depending on your computer. I skipped that to keep this video not so long. And if we go to the home, we can see on the web UI that the number of blocks, it's increasing. And we can see actually our wallet that now we have 30 units. Again, it's not Ether. I wish it was real Ether, right? Because what's the valuation? Ether USD rate. So it's around, yeah, $720, right? So that would mean that we have a lot of money. But I don't know, maybe in the future one of these units can be $1, right? Maybe more, who knows? But the thing is, like, we demonstrated that you can get this amount, these units, just using a regular computer, and you are contributing to validate transactions. In this case, we don't have transactions yet because all these blocks have empty transactions, because it's just one node on the AWS infrastructure, and the other node is running on my local machine. But once more nodes join, you could start, sending Ether maybe from this account to some other account. So yeah, that's basically, we already have 35, right? It used to be 30 1 minute ago. So yeah, it's working. Just try it for yourself and, let me know if it works. Oh, and one more thing to consider before I forget is that if I go back to the Twitter account that I use on the configuration file, on the properties file, I can see that all these tweets are there. These are the hash code of the blocks that my node has been validating. So for each of these blocks, I'm getting 5 units of reward. But yeah, they are being also tweet, right? So maybe some people will not like that. I mean, for me, it's a small price to pay, right? To contribute to the development of this new algorithm. But for sure, it's something that I want you to be aware of and consider it. That's all.